You 'Cause I know that you feel.
What kind of music are you wanting?
It's not a big deal. I can tell them to go get paper, to take notes and all that kind of stuff for 5 minutes. I just know that I always start at 7 and people drop in about 5 and minutes after, and it's just irritating for me. So we can just chit chat. Don't worry about the music if it's a big deal.
It's not, I just didn't know what, like, it's up and playing. I just don't know what you want.
Just background noise, real light playing, not anything big. So when they come in, it's kind of like elevator music. I don't know. Just
Are you able to hear that?
no. Yeah, I heard that.
Okay.
There you go.
You're ready?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. While we're waiting, we're going to wait till about 5 after to get started, to let everybody get on that needs to get on. But while we're waiting, can everybody give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay? Very important that you hear me okay. Thumbs up. Thank you, Cammie. If you could, if you're in a good position, I'd love you to turn your video on so we can actually see each other. I'd like to meet each one of you. Thank you, Cammie. Thanks, Susanna. Hey. Deborah. Yeah. Turn that video on so we can connect and get to know each other. About 3 minutes, we'll get rocking and rolling with this. I know your time is valuable and I want to chat with each one of you if I can. Tony, Emily, and Holly, if you can't turn your video on, can you give me the thumbs up emoji that you can hear me okay? Or let me know you can't hear me? You know how technology is. Sometimes it works amazing, and sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes it kind of does, and sometimes it kind of doesn't. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Emily. Tony, can you hear me okay? Also, if you don't have a pad and paper, you don't have to, but there's some good information you may want to write down, just some things that may resonate with you that, man, I really want to make sure I don't forget what he just said. Not in particular about the actual program, just a thought, maybe something I bring up that I say that you weren't quite thinking about that may be impactful for you. So.
Hey, Trav, Tony told me that she can hear you.
Beautiful.
I don't think she's somewhere where she can let you know, but.
Okay, awesome. Sounds good. Okay, it's 5 after. Let's go ahead and we're going to get started. So thanks for showing up. And I'm super excited to talk to you tonight just about something. Let me just frame it up by saying, I'm not here to sell you something. I'm here to give you hope that there's a better way. And we've proven it to be a better way with the people that, participate in the 56-day dare. And I'd actually like to do something for you to kind of set the stage, because I'm going to go over everything, the perspective and all we're going to do. But if you actually hear maybe from some people, we don't have a lot of time. So I just randomly picked out 2 people that maybe can tell you what they just experienced. And these are people that just recently went through. So I'm going to play, who is it, Leanne? Yeah, go ahead and pull up Leanne's video that she sent to us. And I'd like you to each listen to what she says carefully. Did we lose it? Oh,
I mean, honestly, I feel going through this has been kind of an eye opener for me. Generally I work from home, and I in like the Tulsa area, but I went to Oklahoma City. I don't know, probably 3 times within the last 8 weeks, and people have noticed that I have been losing weight. And so, and to me, like, having these calls and going through the coaching and listening to your videos and those kinds of things, don't get me wrong, they have helped. They have like kind of transformed the way I think about how I go through this program, or, and everything. But I don't feel like the action that I've been taking has been work. I don't know if that makes any sense. For the first time after finishing something like this, a program or whatever, I'm actually looking forward to the next few weeks, the next month, the next 6 months. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to where this goes, because I feel like I'm like that. And I don't really want to use the word sustainable, but it's life changing, almost like, it's like, okay, I just keep doing what I'm doing, and I keep showing up, and I keep making the same decisions. I mean, but because we get to pick our own meals and do it, it's not really even making decisions. It's not like consciously choosing to do it. It's just living. And it's like kind of like the first time I feel like I've got around this corner.
You're muted.
before I show you an actual text message we got, I want you to hear what she said. She couldn't describe in detail because she is so used to going through a program that had a beginning and an end. This process does not end. That's the whole point of what we're going to be doing here. Is it doesn't end and you go, what now? We do our job, and before you even get near the end, it's just like something you keep doing, like she said. That's the key here. You got to quit looking at programs that have beginnings and ends. So it has to be, life altering, meaning she's doing what she likes to do and connected to what we coached her on, because it's about her and it's about you and connecting to who you are and how you resonate with things. Put up Timber's message. Timber sent us a message on Facebook, or put it in a group. And I want you to read this. She's not talking, but I want you to take a minute and read it. And read what she says.
What's up, everyone? It's Kayla on behalf of Grammarly to tell you all about the free version of the best communication assistant in the world.
Okay, so notice what she says. The word freedom was put in caps in there. And notice that she's talking about choose what I eat. Let's get the elephant out of the room, out of the way real quick. You're so conditioned and indoctrinated to come into a program and say, I can't wait to see the eating plan. What's the workout's going to be like? Let's just move it out of the way. There is no eating plan. Okay. And you're like, oh, we're just going to kind of go do this on our own. No, you're not. We're going to work with you to build your plan based around what you want to eat. And there's no limitations on that. We're going to be giving you options that are out there that everyone in the world knows about. And you're going to pick them. And I'm going to help you with your portions, meaning exactly, not like, oh, do the fist and do the hand. You're going to get exact portions that are going to put you in a small calorie deficit that you don't feel like you're even, I don't like the word, but dieting. Dieting is calorie restriction and it's major deficits. We had perfected this 56 days to where you're in a small calorie deficit, but don't realize that, like she said, I'm not trying to go crazy to eat everything because she's full, but she's losing weight. So, Amanda, go ahead and take that down. So basically, I want to give you some guidelines here of what is huge to me tonight. Participation. Okay, sitting there staring at me, you can do that, but I want you to participate. And here, by the way, on the scholarship that I'm offering, the 2 scholarships I'm giving away, participation is required. Answering all the questions I ask by putting it in the chat. If I ask a question, I want to see an answer. You don't have to, but this is how you qualify to get one of the 2 scholarships. Staying on the entire call and completing and submitting the 56-day DARE form at the end. Those are all requirements to qualify for the actual scholarship. Mainly, I want you to participate for yourself so that you get a little taste of what we're going to be doing throughout 56 days. So you see, this is not just a, eat this, work out, and lose weight. Let me put it to you real plainly. You're so used to working from the outside in, and most of you never even get down to the end. You just stay on surface level. This is designed to work from the inside out, meaning we start changing this and this. I didn't just say brain. I'm talking about connecting the heart and the mind and work outward. Yes, you're going to have an amazing meal plan that you design. We're going to show you exactly how to do it. We're going to stay with you till it's completed. I'm not going to say, here it is, figure it out. We will work with you hand in hand on coaching you there and then workouts. But that's out here. In here, if it doesn't change, the best eating plan in the world will not work. I use this example the other day with talking to a group. This is your body and this is your brain, your mental aspect. The reason you lose weight with your body and snap back is when it starts off, it's like your body is a 3-year-old child and your mind is a 3-year-old child. Your body grows up to be an adult because it loses the weight, but you stay in the child mindset. Your body will always go back to your mindset. I don't even like that word, to your mental aspect. If you don't change this and it's not about you, and you don't start doing self-discovery, which is what we do, we don't tell you what to do. We help you through coaching how to discover what works for you, not what we think should work, not what we think you should eat, not how you live. But as long as you continue to go on every program out there, I don't care what it is, your body always grows up and you lose weight and you're like, why don't I put the weight back on? Because you're not changing the inside. And that takes work. It takes time. That's why this thing is 56 days long. So you can continue to go out there with all the names, that are out there, they all do one thing. They put you in a calorie deficit so low, yes, you're going to lose weight, but then like Timber said, you're starving and you go back to eating the old ways, but you never change any perspectives on how this really works. That's what we do on this program and overall. So I want to start off asking you a question, and I want to answer in the chat here. My question is, why did you come here today? Why did you get on this call, this Zoom call here today? What is it you're looking for? What is it you truly want? And please do not tell me you want 20 pounds or 10. I don't want to hear about your weight. What are you really here for? What are you seeking? I need to see in the chat. What is it you're looking for? Everyone's different. What is this about to you? Why did you show up? What interests you about this? And you can put that in the chat so that we can see those answers. And don't critical think it. Just, hey, what is it you just now thought about when I asked that question? Why did I come here on this call tonight? What is it I'm looking for? What am I seeking? What are you truly wanting here? Healthy for my years ahead? Love it. Yeah, Father Time ain't stopping for any of you. Me either. Life changes. I want to lose weight, feel better, and look better. Love it. Accountability. Don't see. Yep. Those are all amazing. Good stuff. My next question is this. I want you to think about this for a minute. I want you to really feel this. Okay. What do you think is going to happen if something doesn't change and you're still where you are tonight, 3 months or 6 months from now? Go into the future about 3 to 6 months from now, and you're right where you are tonight. Nothing changes. You didn't do anything, and you're still just right here. And let's put it in perspective. Father Time still moves forward. While you're sitting here being stagnant, nothing changes except you got older. I want you to answer that question. I want you to go into the future and tell me, if nothing changes, what do you think is going to happen in 3 to 6 months from now? How will you feel? How are you going to feel 3 to 6 months from now if nothing changes? I'll go ahead and let you put that in the chat. Horrible. I'll be bigger. I'm going to still be miserable, no energy, disappointed, hopeless. Yes, these are emotions. They're real. And some of you go to bed at night crying. I don't feel good about myself. I think I'll be bigger, unhealthy, always tired. Yeah. 3 to 6 months, nothing changed. I'll be disappointed, continue to be sad and insecure. Thank you for being honest here. I'll still feel achy and hate myself image. Yes. I love it that you're being completely open here and actually telling the truth. Here's the key. Some of that stuff you're writing was so easy for you to put in the chat because you go to bed at night, some of you, with that on your mind, some of you crying. I know this because I've worked with clients for 3 decades and they tell me this. Laying there knowing I need to do something. I don't know what to do. Everything I keep doing fails. I keep losing and putting it back on. I'm right back where I was. I'm bigger. This is stuff that's very emotional. And in the quiet of the night, you're sitting there just completely sad about the situation. And I get that. I get you. I know you and I understand you. Is what I'm saying. Here's the next one. Are you afraid to succeed at losing weight and keeping it off? And you don't even realize it. Most of you are looking at me right now going, I'm right here tonight because I want to lose weight and keep it off. What do you mean I'm afraid? You're subconsciously more afraid of weight than you think you are. And I'm going to put this as quickly as I can. Here's why. At this age group I coach, I can say that I'm 57, so I can say age group and nobody can get mad at me. At this point, all of you ladies have tried to lose weight numerous of times and put it back on. You've lost it and you put it on. You lost it and put it on. I counsel women and talk to them and say, when you put the weight back on, how do you feel? They look at me and go, what do you mean how do I feel? I'm like, how do you feel? I don't like it. No, but how do you feel about doing it again? Once I dig in and unravel that, then the emotions come out, sometimes the tears. And I'm like, do you ever feel like you may be afraid to do it again? Because it hurts to come back here and feel that loss. Because when I asked them to explain to me how you feel when you put the weight back on, it's not good words. It's horrible. I feel like a failure. I'm a loser. I don't have willpower. I'm always going to be fat. These are the words of clients of mine. You don't realize the subconscious is taking in that emotion. So when people get to this age and they tell me, hey, I'm finding it harder to lose the weight than I used to. And we go, oh, well, we're younger. We did it. Okay, there's a little truth in that. But if you don't think for a moment, all of your failures, as you look at it, have not gone to the subconscious, who's there to protect you. And it's holding you back from going down that road again because it always ends up in pain. Yeah, right? Think about it. I lose this weight. When I come back, put it back on, it hurts. I don't even want anything to do with it for a while. It can take you 3 to 5 months to even get the energy to try again because you just don't want to feel that way. And when you've done it enough times, that 96% back there that everybody ignores, it's calling the shots. You guys don't understand that 4% of your brain you're working with right now is not the guy or girl that's the shot caller. This guy is. And when it says, hey, we don't like, Susanna feeling this way and talking about herself like that, and she doesn't feel good, let's hold back and keep her from losing that weight again because she's afraid to succeed and feel that pain again. Let that sink in and you can understand this is very real. You just aren't conscious about it being real. So ask yourself, yeah, maybe I am afraid to succeed because it hurts to succeed because then I fail. And that's the part that doesn't feel good. And I've done it many times before. Yeah, yes, I don't want to fail again. Everybody resonate with this part a little bit? That you can kind of see how this has been working against you and you don't even realize it? This is what we do in the 56-day dare. We bring this kind of stuff up so you can understand it and get that roadblock out of the way so you can go and succeed this time by maturing your body along with your mind so it stays off. And just like Leanne said, it's not work and she can't wrap her mind around why it feels that way. It's because we coached her on discovering what works for her. She's in another conversation, it almost freaks her out because she keeps looking for something to fall apart, but she can't quite figure out what it is because there's nothing to fall apart. So she can't put the weight back on again because it's not that strictness and sticking to it and that willpower that we got to hold it down, because if we don't, it falls apart. She has self-discovered through our coaching on how to make everything about her, including what she eats. And she's eating portion sizes that she never thought she could. And she's enjoying moderate working out, not freaking 5 times a day and crazy stuff. And then the coaching that we do on the Zoom calls every other week and lessons and all that kind of stuff. She's now like, how is this working? And it's because she's allowed herself to move forward again and got past being afraid. So let's move into the, what do they call it? The nuts and the bolts of the actual 56-day dare. So we got a little slideshow presentation, and we're gonna go over that a little bit. I would like everybody to do one thing for me before we move forward. Go ahead and leave that slideshow up. It's fine. In the chat, I would like you to tell me this. What do you struggle with the most when it comes to weight loss? I always like collecting data. It's always kind of ends up being the same stuff, but I want you to put in the chat, what do you struggle with the most when it comes to weight loss? Go ahead and put that in the chat for me. Consistency, eating properly. I struggle with working out. Yeah, some people do. Some like eating well. Yes. When I'm on vacation, I'll lose my discipline. Absolutely. And we're going to show you how to do that. I can show you how to go on vacation with this and you don't gain any weight. And I've got all the testimonies you want to back it up. Time management. Yes. Eating well. Yes. Eating well. And the eating well comes because you are always been told what to eat. You feel like I don't have a say in this. He's the guru. He's the coach. They say to eat this and that. I don't really like it, but I'll do it because my friend lost weight on this program. So I'll do that. Let me tell you what happens there. You start to suffer quietly, subconsciously about not liking the food, and your subconscious will work in your behalf as an unquestioning servant to move you away from that eating plan nonchalantly to where you wake up one day and you're putting the weight back on and you don't know why. It works in your behalf when you say, I don't like this. Also, I want you to answer this question. What do you think? Why do you think you gained the weight back after a program? This is a big one. Stress eater, absolutely. Why do you think you gained the weight back after the program? After the program ends, put yourself in that position like Leanne or like Timber said on her, she talked about after the program, how she felt, but this time she didn't. What is it after the program that you feel emotionally is the reason you put the weight back on? Go ahead and type that in the chat. Tell me what you feel. What do you feel? Why do you think you gained the weight back after the program? What happens? You lose the weight, you're rocking it. What happens? Accountability. Number one, you are right. Traveling, too busy, think about healthy eating. Lost time, stopped working out. Yeah. Don't you ever wonder why? Stress leading me to make poor choose skip meals together. Yeah. What happens? I mean, man, when I'm on the program, I'm killing it. What happens? Why is it when the program ends, I fall apart? There's something wrong with that. I'm like going, I do this thing for 6 weeks. I stop planning. Yeah. All these are very regular answers. You're not alone. This is stuff we work with. It's identified and worked with in the 56-day dairy. That's why we created this. So moving on, let's go ahead and go to the power. I feel I can enjoy something here and there, and then I'm eating bad and overeating all the time. Yeah. And here's the problem. I love that one there, Tammy. You start eating a little bit here and there. Guess what? Because you never were eating what you like to begin with. So you start wanting things that you think you're not supposed to have. You're in a mindset right now thinking there's a good food and a bad food. And that's furthest from the truth. And we're going to coach you on that. There's nutritionally higher and lower values of food. There's no bad food and good food. Okay. And I'm going to demonstrate that to you at the workshop that we're going to do this Saturday when you're actually in the, you're going to be like, wow, never looked at it before. That alone is just mind changing. When you stop looking at diet food and then you look at bad food. Well, that food's what you eat when you diet. That food, that don't, no. Food has to be enjoyed with ranch dressing and cheese on your eggs. And you need to be able to put creamer in your coffee. You got to be able to put barbecue sauce on your steak, whatever it is you like. Okay, we've got to get to where you understand you can lose weight and keep off doing that. Okay, so the 56-day dare is daring you to work with us for 56 days because we know now what we can do in that time frame. It's an accountability weight loss program overall. So go ahead and go to the next slide. Someone posted in the chat about accountability. Accountability is number one of what our clients over 3 decades we have found need. Now, accountability is not disciplining you and talking down on you and telling you when you mess up. That's not what accountability is. Accountability is having ways that you start discovering things about yourself. We have a way of giving these assignments that you start answering questions that you start going, wow, I get that now. Consistent accountability and coaching from every level of Garza's, okay? And, you know, it's multiple levels that we do for accountability, okay? It's not making you better check in on time, you better do this on time, or you're not accountable. It's a different kind of accountability that you actually enjoy because they're touch points. I call them touch points. Different touch points making you start to understand and self-discover, working from the inside out, self-discovery. about what works for you. I'm going to guide you through from start to finish. This is not, here's the plan, talk to you about halfway through, cheer you on at the end on what you did. It's not that. It's not watching videos all the time and just, module stuff. It's me actually coaching you, me and my team, okay, on a regular basis. And we'll go into that. Giving you a strong foundation and helping you create habits that will last a lifetime. And here's the deal. These are habits. And sometimes it takes this many days to create a habit. That goes out the window. That's not true. If you don't connect to the habit, resonate with it as it works for me in my life, it will not be a habit. Habits can be forced. You can use willpower and say, oh, I got to keep doing this. I got to that right there eventually falls apart. Creating habits by self-discovery, the way that we coach you to uncover what resonates with you. And it will resonate differently with every one of you, okay? But they last, just like Leanne said, I don't know how to explain it because she created everything to work around her life by us guiding her, coaching her, giving her assignments, everything. And we tweaked it along the way till it fit in for the most part, where it's like, just kind of doing this. Even after we're done, I'm doing this. It doesn't end, all of a sudden it falls apart. There's nothing to fall apart when we're done. Okay, go ahead, next slide. Weekly accountability checkpoints that you can continue using even after the dare. We want you to have something that you are so used to doing that you just don't quit doing. And not because we say, now look, if you want to be successful, you got to keep doing these. You just will be doing them anyway. We don't wait to the last moment to get you to do this. These are indoctrinated like a religion, if you want to call it, and you're just doing them, but you like doing them because they make you aware and make you feel good about what you're learning here. Weekly weigh-ins, that's a give me. We're not going to be talking about how much weight you're losing. That's going to happen, but we do that because you like to do that. It's weekly. You're doing that, but it is a checkpoint that we do check to say, hey, we do want you to do that. We want to see the progression going down. Written checkpoint assignments, 3 social workout check-ins per week. Okay, that's working out 3 times a week. That's it. 40 minutes, 3 workouts, 120 minutes of your life over a 7-day period. Facebook group participation. That's so abused now. It's like, oh, another Facebook group. But we actually do stuff in our group with the small people we coach through this program. And I come in and do videos that will have you, I'll do a live, and whether you're there or not, you can watch it later, but it may say, hey, I want you to do this, this, and this. Just kind of, what do you think about that? So next slide. Goal accountability from week 1 to 1 year from now. Realistic goal setting, okay? We're going to do that, but I'm going to talk to you about what realistic means. And so much that you almost look at it like it's a joke. Because I want you to think about something. Anytime you've done a goal, use the 20-pound challenge. That is the only thing that consumed your mind through the whole freaking thing. I had no room, or anybody else has any room, to work with you on the different stuff in here because you're fixated on 20 pounds in X amount of weeks. Okay, I need to do 3 more pounds this week to be on goal, be on pace to hit my 20 pounds. Oh my gosh, this happened, I'm behind. And it's all about that. We have to set a realistic goal that's almost comical, but yet it's a goal. Almost like that's gonna happen. Good. I've got people that say, when we're working with you one-on-one, saying, okay, and we're going to be, by the way, you're going to be talking to you privately. Hey, let's set a realistic goal. And most people go, that's not even challenging. Exactly. I have better stuff to show you than a big giant goal that makes you stressed out all the time. Okay. Roadmap to success. Man, you're going to love that. We have a roadmap to success. We're going to do a kickoff 20-minute focus call with a coach. Me, Carmen, Armanda. You're talking privately, so you're not in a big group, opening up about things we're going to be talking to you about. So we get some idea of how to build your foundation. Notice I said your foundation. The only way we can do that is get you on a call and talk to you privately. We have to, if somebody goes out and builds a house, that big gray block, that foundation, nobody likes that. That's boring. That's ugly. I want to come back when the house is painted, it's pretty. Yeah, we all do. But if you don't build that foundation, that big gray block, that house you build on there falls apart. That's what you've been doing over and over again with everything you've been attempting to do. We've got to build a foundation based on you. And that's what's going to happen in our 20-minute focus call. Next slide. So we're going to work with you. I'm giving you some touch points so you see on a small scale what all we're going to be doing. And there's a lot more that we just don't want to bombard in here that you'll learn, but gives you an idea. Self-agreement contract. We're going to help you to make agreements with yourself. And I'm going to tell you why you've been making agreements with yourself for a long time and why they've worked against you. I'm going to show you that in our workshop. I'm going to demonstrate to you. You've been making self-agreements. You may think, oh, that's cool. Oh, you've been doing it for a long time. You just don't realize how they've been damaging you. And we're going to show you the right way to make a self-agreement and make you aware now of how you want to keep it. Journaling. We're going to talk about journaling. I know it sounds very vague, but we have a process of things that we will have you do, simple things that actually mean something as you write them down. Weekly self-assessment. Every week, you will get an email, and it's going to ask you to do a self-assessment. Notice it's a self-assessment. It's not us assessing you. It's not me calling you going, okay, let me see here. Now, you've lost 2 pounds, and you showed up to 3 workouts, so I'm going to give you a gold star. Doesn't work. That's me perceiving what I think you're doing well and not well. Who better than yourself? And by the way, the self-assessment has questions for you to answer, like a job form. You don't have to print it off and all that. It literally is click the link and take the self-assessment. Not only does it let us know where you are and where your strengths and weaknesses are week by week, we know where to coach you and help you to move up in certain areas. Again, see how individual this becomes? But also, you taking a self-assessment, you're being real with yourself and you're looking at what you're doing and where we need the most work at. And I didn't say discipline or more willpower. We need to find a way so it resonates with you about your life. And so you connect to it emotionally. Bi-weekly group coaching calls. We will have every other week this. We're going to meet together on a Zoom call, and I'm going to have a topic. We're going to go over stuff. Addressing different things, allow you to say, hey, I'm kind of struggling with this. Anybody in the group want to, participate, but I'll answer the question. And then we're going to talk about your wins. Hey, what have you done amazing at that you're proud of yourself the last 2 weeks? And you get to do a little bit of bragging there. But we do these actual live calls on Zoom every other week. Next slide. This is actually to kind of show you a visual, because I'm kind of a visual kind of guy. This is a visual of, we're going to be doing things that you are going to identify loving yourself. Okay. Let's use somebody chatting there that have a hard time with working out. Okay. I'm going to use that for an example. I have a hard time working out. It's because you don't like working out. I get it. Then there's some people like, oh, I love the workout part. The minute we say working out, you have an emotional opinion of what that is. You either like it or you don't. Grocery shopping. Oh, grocery shopping. Oh, I hate grocery shopping. Until I said grocery shopping, you didn't have an opinion. Once I used the word grocery shopping, immediately you're like, oh, I don't like it, which immediately makes it a resistance act. This takes time, but to give you the short version, we start showing you how to look at these times you're doing these things as only tasks, but they all resonate as I love myself, self-care, self-love. And when you start actually working the system and resonating with loving yourself, who doesn't like to do something that makes you feel like you're loving yourself? I know right now you're thinking, well, that's kind of cute. I'm going to love myself. No, we have a way of making you feel it so that you feel like I love myself. And who doesn't want to do something, no matter if you liked it in the past or not? You no longer use the word grocery shopping. It's a task. It's I love myself. The roadmap to success. We're going to have you we're going to work with you on this, talking about a 10-day goal, 4-week goal, 8-week, 3-month, 6 months, and 12 months. Notice this doesn't stop after 56 days. We already have you planting seed in your subconscious about what you're going to be doing and what you want to achieve over those periods of time. And that takes time and takes coaching. Self-agreement contract. We're going to have agreements here that we're going to coach you and give you thoughts, and then you're going to take action writing them down. I'm not just going to throw this stuff at you and tell you to fill it out. It takes coaching to put you in the right mind frame because you're not used to this. Nobody's doing this. This is my stuff. No one else. I dare anybody out there to tell me somebody's doing this. They're not. This is the stuff that helps you start working from the inside out and makes you successful long-term, lifelong. Just like Leanne said, I can see myself doing this because she did all the work through this to change this and this. All right, next slide. This is the weekly self-assessment I was telling you about. It can be done on your phone. It's going to have questions asking you, for instance, how would you assess your eating this week? 0 to 25%, 2650, 5175. On a scale of 1 to 10, would you rank your confidence right now? We're doing all kinds of checkpoints here on the self-assessment. We want to know so we know how to help you, but I want you to realize also where you're at, how you're feeling about yourself. Because it don't matter how much coaching I do, when you start understanding yourself, no one can ever throw you off your game again, and you don't need people cheerleading you all the time and rah-rahing you and motivating you. That's cool. Don't get me wrong. We need social support. We need community, but we've got to get into where it's self-sustainable to begin with. So we're a rock and we feel the way we feel about ourselves, and we can do this. And it's nice if you want to cheer me on. Okay, next slide. It's more than creating accountability during the dare. We will focus on creating the habits and understanding that your best accountability partner is you. Everyone's always like, hey, anybody want to be my accountability partner? Anytime I see that, I'm like, you're at the mercy if they are going to continue to be your partner or not. It's two people. Who's going to quit the first? I've never had a workout partner in my life. I don't want to show up and be like waiting on somebody to either get their butt out of bed and show up or be late and all that, because I know I need to do this because I love myself enough to keep taking care of me. We're going to help you to start working to where your best accounting partner is you. If you bring somebody along from the ride, it will not sabotage your success if they don't remain accountable to you, with you. The more self and community accountability you can create during an 8-week period, the more successful you are at keeping the weight off, because you are learning about yourself. You don't need somebody else there in order to keep your weight off, okay? That's why after the 56th day, Leanne's like, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. There won't be any more losing control without a program, finding success without someone else checking in to make sure we are doing the right thing. Are you doing the right thing? Are you eating your right foods? And here's the deal. You can't do this alone. Everyone needs a coach. I have a coach for my anxiety. Everyone needs a coach. I will tell that to everyone. When you have a struggle, you need to identify. Ladies, you have a struggle. You're not going to get rid of it. I know you don't want to hear that maybe. It's okay. It's part of you that was kind of, we had that built body and we have that one thing that didn't quite turn out to be the best. Mine's anxiety. Yours is food and struggling with your weight. It's cool. Now we need to learn, hey, I can't do this alone, but I can be surrounded by a community who's going to teach me how to self-sustain myself, okay? You need the right community now more than ever with the struggle. The failure mentality, because we have failed so many times, goes out the door. It's because, again, you fail because you started setting yourself up each time. You're going to fail again. I'm going to fail again. I'm going to fail again. And then it becomes part of a neurological pathway of failing all the time. Secluding yourself because you feel like a failure or ashamed, coming back or starting over. So many people are like, I'm ashamed I'm back. I've done so what? Hey, it's a struggle. You're going to fall again. You're going to struggle again. And then you're going to get back up and you're going to get better each time once you learn this method. But even that, down the road, you're going to have times that you struggle and you drop down and you come back. It's completely acceptable. We all have a struggle. That means we're going to be struggling, but we're going to find a way to live our best life ever with our struggle. Okay, that's the key of the 56-day dare. Again, secluding yourself because you feel like a failure and ashamed of coming back is not the path. Okay, you need to understand it's okay. I'm giving you the okay to come back. All right. We weren't made to go through this alone, and that is even more true about this lifestyle of getting our struggle under control. I didn't say getting rid of it. I didn't say fixing it. Getting it under control because it's about you and the way that you handle your struggle, which is what we do. Next slide. No more excuses. Life is busy, and and people say, well, I can't show up in person. We understand that. That's why before we release this, we worked it in every aspect. And Leanne, I just had on to me. She did it from home in Tulsa. She came in town and she was here visiting somebody, and she just happened to go to one of our camps that week because she's visiting her mom or something. She does from home because the way we have made this, it works for you in person or if you do it from home. Everything will be done via Zoom and can be easily scheduled into your already busy life. Our job as coaches is to work within your life and your schedule to help you to make this work for you. So let's talk about them so we can mark them off and get on with the dare. What are the roadblocks? What are the roadblocks that are holding you back from signing up? Okay. You have to ask yourself, oh, I'll tell you one. That's just selfish. It's selfish for me to invest in myself and financially and being a part of this, leaving my kids. I've got so many people that I need to take care of. I had a coaching client tell me she needs to get all of her, wrangling. She works with horses. I need to wrangle everybody else's stuff up, get that in order. Then I can take care of myself. That is backwards. She has got to put herself first, continue to invest in herself and get better so she can be the best with those horses and all those people. See, we get it backwards. Females are the worst. You're nurturers and you are programmed to put everybody else first before you. Then one day you wake up, you're sick, you're overweight, you're on medication. And guess what? You can't do all that stuff for all those people that you so desire to do. You're now here, broken down, you've wore your body out, and now you can't do anything. If you want to continue to serve these people and take care of all this stuff that you ladies like to do, you need to take care of this first. So then the ripple effect goes out and you're a better mother. You're a better wife. You're better with your kids or whatever, your job. You've got to get it turned around. You got to get your perspective right here. This body, it ages by the minute. And if you don't take care of it and do something for it, you're not going to be taking care of anybody, and you're not going to be at your job and all that stuff that you put first while you burn yourself to the ground. Hear that again. You are not being selfish. It is not egotistical. It is okay to spend money on yourself. If your kid needs a $200 pair of freaking soccer shoes, what do? We go get a second job if we need to. Everyone else, I'm kind of the same way. Don't get me wrong. I have a hard time spending money on myself, but I understand my coaching for myself and my time to take care of me is very valuable and protective, because if I don't, this 57-year-old can't keep up with 6-year-old twins. And I want to be around to see a lot of stuff go down with them and my 19-year-old who's going to college. So I understand there's times where Sydney's like, hey, can you come do this? Hey, babe, I'd love to, but right now I'm food prepping. Right now I'm going to work out. They may not like it, but I'm doing it for them so I can be best for them. They don't understand it. They're kids. Well, thanks, Dad, not coming. Sorry, that's my time to take care of me so I can show up and do these things for you. Okay. No excuses. Roadblocks. Get away from the selfishness. Get away from it's egotistical, and you don't deserve to spend money on yourself and show up on weekends for these calls and get coached. All right, next slide. So we don't have a weigh-in day and a rah-rah moment. We have a legit 2-hour workshop. You can come. Are we doing this completely by Zoom? 100% Zoom. Yes, I love that because I got my big table right here, and I just do so much better when I can do it this way. This is a workshop. I want you to think about if you went out of town and you went to a 2-hour workshop back in the day. You went somewhere, you sat in tables and chairs, and you did a workshop. Same thing, except it's on Zoom. You could be in the comfort of your home, get your table out, get your pad. We'll have you all the material, but it's going to be Saturday, July 29th. That's coming up, right? 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Yes, it's 2 hours. You need to clear your schedule and not feel guilty, and tell your loved ones, I'm getting ready to get healthy in mind, heart, and body so I can be amazing for you. I want to be the best wife for you. I want to be a great worker. I'm great to my kids. I want to love you more and feel good. And here's the most important thing I want you to understand, ladies. You have values right now. You value to be healthy. You value to lose weight. You value to have energy. You value all that stuff, but your actions are not lining up with it. And I promise you, if you read my book, it's causing subconscious anxiety. You've got this thing back there right now that's causing you to go, what is it? It's just, everything's pretty good in my life. Why am I just like, something's bothering me? It's your value and your actions are not lining up. And then it's the one thing you can reduce your anxiety over by lining up your actions, by stepping forward and doing something for yourself. When your actions line up with your values, that alone, before you even lose any weight, calms you and makes you feel good, and your confidence and self-esteem automatically go up, just because now you consciously are saying, wow, I see that. I've got this value I've had forever. We all value to be healthy, fit, live longer. Now your actions are going to line up and connect. That alone is going to be like, oh, okay, let's move forward. 8 to 10, weigh-in instructions. We're going to be doing that because it's part of the gig. Again, it's a byproduct of the program. You'll do them from home. Be ready to get to work, get a good night's sleep. Inform your family, again, that you need to have, total focus from 8 to 10 so you can really engage in the workshop, because we're going to be doing a lot of stuff. Set goals. We have a thing called the North Star meal plan framework. We're going to showing you how to create your meal. We're going to stay right there till everyone has their meal plan worked out. I'm not giving you some instructions and saying, follow that and figure out your meals. This is legitimately working with you to get your meals like you want, that you ask questions. How do you put ranch on stuff? What do you want on your stuff? I'm not going to be telling you, you get to pick. I'm just going to give you a bunch of sheets with all these foods and let's start putting this stuff together. And then telling you exactly what your portions are. So you know your portions. And by the way, yes, you're going to be weighing out your food. Don't get all grumpy about that. Some people are like, oh my God, it's the only way. I still weigh my food out today. The only way you're going to know your portions is by putting it in a food scale. They're like $19 on Amazon. We'll show you which one we feel like is the best one. And if you will learn, as I'm coaching you, I will say, how amazing do you feel knowing that when you see that scale say 4 ounces, that portion is exactly the one that's going to help you to lose that weight and feel amazing about yourself. People who wing it, they don't understand subconsciously. They're like, well, I'm eating the right foods. Yeah. I got clients that eat great food. They don't eat junk. They don't eat sodas. They don't eat they don't care about it. They eat chicken and they eat, fish and they're 280 freaking 300 pounds. They're like, why am I overweight? Because there's no good and bad food. You don't know your portions. The minute I get with them saying you can eat those foods, just put the portions in size where you're getting plenty of food. But now the portion is this. And it's not, if it's a 4 ounce portion, 4.1 is not 4 ounces. 3.9 is not 4 ounces. We have to be specific at first to get you moving. And then we'll talk later down the road about some other alternatives. But yes, you will weigh your food out. Building an affirmation. We're going to help you to program that subconscious. And I'm not talking, some people go, oh, kind of voodoo stuff. No, it's proven. I use one every day. I use it on my clients. Works hands down. We're going to help you though build that. And so much more, a lot more that, we don't have time to go over. Here are your Here are your bi-weekly group coaching call times. So you know those ahead of time. Saturdays, they'll be at 8 a.m. before everyone gets their day started. You got August 12th, 26th, September 9th, and the 23rd. Those are 1 hour live coaching calls like what we're doing right now. All right, next slide. So here's where I tell you, I dare you to get uncomfortable through learning about yourself and what works for you. That's going to make you uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie to you. You're going to learn things about yourself. I'm not going to tell you, hey, Carmen, this is how you feel. That's not how this works. It's the questions I have you write answers down to that you start learning. All of a sudden that stuff in the subconscious comes to the consciousness. You're like, holy crap. And it's emotional and it can be cringy and a little disturbing. And I love that. And people who tell me I don't like this part of it, it's making me uncomfortable. Yes, But when it settles, you will never have that as a roadblock again, because now you see what you can't unsee about yourself. And that's a good thing. It's things that are mentally blocking you and holding you back. And if you don't think that subconscious and those roadblocks hold you back from being successful, you're mistaken. If you think this is about, well, I just don't stick to meal plans. Yeah, whatever. It's because you're eating foods you don't like. But that brain back there, it can hold you back from anything that thinks going to cause you pain. And if it thinks you're going to go lose weight and put it on again and beat yourself up, it's going to hold you back. So getting uncomfortable, learning about yourself. I dare you to learn how the perspective you have now in regard to losing weight and keeping it off has been indoctrinated like a religion since you were young. You are born into an indoctrination on how to lose weight. It's different forms, but it's all the same way. Don't eat, starve myself, and lose weight. You really just kind of are eat this special food, or Activia, or Weight Watchers, and all these names. They all do the same thing. Drop you into a calorie deficit real fast, so you don't badmouth their program. You lose the weight, and then when you put it back on, guess who you blame? You blame yourself. You blame yourself. Well, I'm just not disciplined enough. That's bullshit. It was never set up for you to succeed. Those plans were never had you in mind at all. One of those meetings, I'll be in Paris. Yeah, you can't Zoom from Paris? I know it sounds like I'm in Paris. I can't do this, but you can. I've done most of my coaching calls at one time on vacation with my family. Laptop, anything, phone, Zoom. I dare you to commit to learning the belief you have about yourself are actually roadblocks holding you back more than you think. You have a belief, and I'm not going to go into great detail here. Let me give you an example on a lesson that we do extensively. I coach you on. All beliefs are made up. You're like, oh, I know, I just got to change the belief about myself. I'm not talking about that. I go into a very detailed thing asking you what this is. You say, it's a pen, Travis. I'm going to say, why is it a pen? You're like, what do you mean? Why is it called a pen? Well, that's because we write with it. That's what you do with it. It's got ink in it. That's what's in it. It's a pen. Tell me why it's a pen. Why is it called a pen? I'll give you $1,000. No one can ever say that. It's because once upon a time, someone said, hey, everybody, we're going to call this a pen. Everybody said, cool, sounds good. We went with it. Everything around in your room right now, if you look around, it's been a made up belief that you bought into. Now, don't get me wrong. We need names of stuff, but think about it. It was made up at one point in time. So goes the beliefs of ourselves. You've been indoctrinated to believe a certain thing about yourself, programming. It's like religion. Whatever household you were brought up in, whatever they believed in, you believe in, and you think it's the real deal. And it's like, there's no question. You were indoctrinated to believe a certain way. We're going to work with you and make you go, wow, and kind of see why I believe that and how it's made up. And all beliefs are fear, false evidence appearing real. They're nothing but mist. And we're going to show you how to dissipate those so you can move past those. I dare you to commit to creating. Okay, so what we'll do with the time zone different, because we have people that do that in Hawaii and other time zones also. It's going to be recorded. So you'll get it anyway. Whether you're live or not, we want you there so you can ask questions. Don't ditch me on that. We want you there, and I know most of you won't. But if you can't be there, it's recorded. And whether you're there or not, everyone gets a recording of it to watch it. And then, of course, if you can't be there and you watch it and you got questions, we're going to have you a channel where you ask questions all you want. So I dare you to commit to creating a system that works just for you to lose weight and keep it off, that eventually feels effortless. And you heard Leanne say, that's exactly what happened to her. I wanted to play her amongst the other people. I wish we had time to play a lot more, but they all say the same thing. This doesn't feel like work. What's wrong? Why does it not feel like work? Because over 6 days, we worked with her to make it about what I said right here. Works just for you. And every one of you will have a whole different system based on your individual thoughts and ideas. All right, next slide. So basically, the Garza accountability system, just to briefly go over it, is commit to our system for 56 days. Give me a fair shake, You're going to show up for 56 days. Show up as in not showing up, but actually working the different things as we coach you along the way. So you actually start being invested in yourself. Schedule and attend a 20-minute focus call. That's where you'll get a private call with one of us three to talk to you intimately about some questions we have to make you come out and give us information that will not be shared with anybody. Okay. We'll talk to you about that on the call though. Successfully submit weigh-in and weigh-out videos. Of course, we want you to do that. Complete 100% of the weekly checkpoints. Complete 100% of the weekly self-assessments. Those don't take but 5 minutes. Check in for at least 24 workouts throughout the 8 weeks. That's 3 a week. 3 workouts out of 7 days. Track weekly scale photos. We'll have you doing weekly weigh-ins. We'll talk about the days to do that. And attend 100% of the group Zoom calls. We're asking you to come every other week, and that's what we found be effective. Weekly really isn't effective, believe it or not. Every other week is more effective because it gives you time to do it kind of on your own, what you're learning about yourself, yet you do have tech support, and you got all the people right there to help you, but you start learning, and that's what you need is starting to apply self-discovery tactics. So here's my guarantee. Next slide. I am 100% cocky confident. And I haven't used that word in a long time. I hope that don't offend anybody. I'm cocky confident. That's kind of cool. I'm cocky confident. I'm cocky confident that you will be 100% satisfied at the end of 56 days, or I'll refund you 100% of what you paid and you can keep all the materials. You've got to complete the Garza accountability system. You've got to do it, right? And you got to do the checkpoints and all that stuff. Because I know if you do that, you're not even be thinking about that. And I promise you, I had one of my mentors look at this and he said, the value you're charging for that is about 3 times the price. I understand that. But if I can work with you on a small group of people and change it, it's effective, especially that it doesn't end for you, even though the 56 days is over. You're like, I'm just going to do like Leanne, keep on doing what I'm doing. But I'm going to throw that guarantee out there, back it up 100% without any hesitation. Next slide. By the end of the 56 days, you will learn and discover through my coaching a system that works for you to lose weight and continue losing. My team and I know our clients have always been our best advertisement, and we will strive to do everything in our power to hold you accountable to be and do your best. Obviously, if we fail you, you tell people, and we failed, and that's not good for us. We are a company that thrives off changing lives. And so, no, it's not the first time, Mary. That's why we had those videos of Leanne talking, and I showed you that deal with Timber. No, it's not the first time. So my team and I know our clients have always been our best advertisement. We want you to continue to be it. So we have vested, also for you to be successful for a reason. We want to reward you for your success and compensate you for posting and tagging me on Facebook. Obviously, I want you to tell people a little bit about me. Totally optional here, but here's what we're going to give you. We're going to pay you $100 towards your Garza membership or $100 towards your next phase of the DARE at the end. All we ask is for you to do some social media marketing for us by sharing the changes with your Facebook friends. We're not talking about weight loss. Just like Timber, that post she did. She didn't talk about how much weight she lost, although she lost a lot of weight. She's like, this is what became important to her. Check in, tag my Facebook profile 3 times per week for 8 weeks, sharing a post at the beginning and at the end of the program to encourage your friends to do the 56-day also. So next slide. So to wrap this up, this is what works. This is what works. But for it to work, you must be willing to do these 3 things. You need to be decisive, be coachable, take decisive action as I coach you through the process. And decisive action is doing what we have made simple for you. Because you know why it's simple? Because it's about you. And when you resonate something, I mean, we all have a little ego. It's about us. Sometimes when it comes to this though, ladies, your ego doesn't get enough in there to say, I need to do this because it is about me. And it starts with me being the best version I can, health-wise, weight-wise, medication-wise, getting older-wise, whatever you want to go down there. So is there any excuse or reason you cannot commit to the DARE? I want you to post in the chat now. I just want to know right now, after everything you've heard, Can you be decisive, be coachable, take decisive action as I coach through the process? Is there any excuse or reason you cannot commit to the dare for 56 days? No, love it, love it. Love it. I love what you're seeing from me talking. You're seeing something different, something you've never done before. You're seeing a whole new approach. And if I dare say, you're probably like, that makes sense. There's something about this that, I mean, we have that built-in factor of this makes sense, or I'm going to do it because everybody else did it, but just it's a lot. This actually probably resonated with you a little bit. Like, this is about me has been said 10,000 times, and this makes some common sense. You hear working from the inside out. So, next slide. Here is the investment. For everything we're doing, we feel like it's really, as my mentor told me, below market price of what we could charge for it, but we want it to be affordable for everybody. If you're a member already of Garza's, the price is $397. You can do 2 payment options. We're making it as simple as possible for you to say there's no reason here. So you do 210 today, 210 to 30 days, non-member price $497, or 2 payment options, $260 today, $260 in 30 days. You pick which one is whichever one you are, and we're going to go from there and get rocking and rolling, get you on our list so we can start the process of everything we'll be doing this Saturday at our workshop. Amanda, where is the form?
I just posted the link in the chat.
Oh, good. There you go. Way ahead of me. There's the link for you to go ahead and fill out. And I have, right now, any questions about anything I went over? I'm here to answer your questions. Ask away. You can unmute and actually talk to me, since we're not asking questions to put in the chat. Anybody have any questions? No questions. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, and I want this in the chat. Do you feel like this is what you need? Yes or no? I want you to put that in the chat. Do you feel like, after what you've heard, is this what you need? Somebody said they can't see the link. Do you feel like this is what you need? Okay. Yes. Absolutely. Let me go a step further here. I'm not quite convinced. I like what you answer, but let's put it on this. Here's what I'm going to put you in a corner. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you want this call to hurry up and end and never talk to me again, and 10 being this is the right time, this is the right approach I've been looking for, I want you to rank that on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being, like I said, you're ready for this call to be in, so you can go on, never talk to me again. And 10 is like, this is the right program. This is an approach. Will any of the workouts be recorded, or are they all live? I'll let you guys answer that one. Amanda. 10, good, 10. Love it. What you got to understand here, I'm not going to lie to you. I know what I want to do. I know what I can offer. I know what we can offer as a team. But you've got to also want to say, this is what I need. I can see this being something I can put my teeth into. And I want to work with people that absolutely are like, I want to do this. You think it's about money? To me, it's not. I want a client that says, hey, I'm in. I want to do this. I'm all about it. And don't critical think it. It's like, hey, I'm ready to go, because I want to work with those people that want to go 56 days, and me just seeing them be a Leanne at the end and putting a video out there of like, man, I turned a corner here. This does not work. That makes our heart warm seeing that. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what it's about for me as I'm getting older. Yes, the entire program is virtual, 100%. Zoom, everything from the workouts. Workouts are that way, recordings on the workouts to whoever asked that.
You can also go into camp if you're in the Oklahoma area. You can
Yep.
go into camp for those workouts too.
That's what Leanne did. She lives in Tulsa. That's like, if you're not from around here, that's 2 hours away from our camps. She was in town seeing her mom. She went in, she was on the roster. She can go in anytime she wants to. You got both.
I live in Tennessee and I've been to camp a few times when I come back to visit.
Awesome.
I love
Love it.
getting to go see everybody.
Yeah. Connecting. I mean, and that's what we understand the way the world is now. So yeah, we like it back in the day where everybody came together, but you know, this is really, even for me, this was a little bit of a transition. I really like this though. I don't know why. I think because there's no interference and we're all kind of right here in this space together. And I've really gotten to where I connect just as well through this that I used to interaction. I mean, I can't, give you a hug or, any of that stuff, but this is really getting to where I like this. Anybody have any questions? Any questions? Anybody? A lot of people are still on here. If something's reading through your mind, please don't be embarrassed to ask. I've got answers. A lot of people are smiling. Can I see thumbs up if you're excited to show up for the workshop this weekend? Getting the materials, start creating an eating plan that works for you, start actually doing roadmaps to success, learning to make self-agreements with yourself and understanding why you've been doing it and they've been crippling you. April, the meal plan is your meal plan. It can be tweaked any way you want to. There's not a meal plan. I know this is hard because of indoctrination. There is no meal plan. I don't have one.
Are there supplement requirements?
There's supplements always. I'm not going to tell you the requirement. The protein is definitely a must. Here, ladies, let me tell you something about protein. Yes, I make my own protein. Does it look like I'm pushing it? Probably. I created it because of all the crap out there. The FDA doesn't regulate it. So I never wanted to be in a supplement business. Sometimes I still think I don't. But I did know that when I created it, with my kids' college fund, I was making something I can sleep at night telling you this is the best. Females, you are the worst at getting adequate protein intake, okay? It's imperative that you have 2 protein drinks a day, and everyone should, men too. You just can't eat that much chicken, nor does anybody want to. So, Susanna, at minimum, yeah, the protein drinks are something I'm going to tell you that, yeah, you need to have that in there. Do I recommend my multivitamin? Sure, because I made it better than everybody else's. I put it in the capsule so it digests. You don't take when you take a tablet, I'm not me. Hey, you either dissolve it or you go take a poop and it comes out with it. It's like eating a penny. You eat a penny, sometimes the stomach acid tears it apart. Other times you just poop it right out. So all my stuff was designed for my clients in mind.
I just want to know so I can plan.
Oh, sure.
I'm not there to pick it up.
Yeah. Supplements supplement the eating plan. But back to April. I want you guys to get excited. You're not going to be left alone on just some generic, hey, make the portion size the size of your fist and put it in your palm of your hand and all that crap people do out there. I'm sorry. That is bad information. I've got small hands. What if you got a giant hand? You're like, well, which hand do we use? His hand or my hand, or what's the right size? So anyway, you're going to have exact portions, and I'm going to bring my scale in the kitchen, show you, and we're going to show you how to get the one on Amazon that I love, that I just think people ought to buy. It's $18, $16, 15, whatever it is. It's the best. It's got a bowl on top of it, plastic. So anyway, but you're going to be coached simply by looking at all these there's foods, everything known to man's on these papers. There's not like diet foods. You're going like, oh, he's going to give us some special foods. No, there's steak on there. There's fish, chicken, turkey, lamb. There's goat. I got a lady in India that went through my program and actually said, there's one thing on here that you don't have. And I said, what is it? She said, goat. We eat goat for breakfast. I went, researched goat, put it on there. She got goat. So if you want some goat, we got it. You're going to pick your foods out. Then we're going to talk about condiments and things you like on your foods. If you've got eggs and you want cheese, I'm going to give you portion sizes on how much cheese to use, how much ranch to use. So you can do all this and make it about you and you actually enjoy what the hell you're eating. And when you enjoy what you're eating, you're not looking for variety like you used to, but yes, you can tweak it all you want. You can change things around. It's not like we make that menu and you're stuck with it. I don't want you to do that. We're going to show you how to change it and move it around, and it becomes very simple. And guess what? Nobody can ever take that away from you. You will have that for the rest of your life, and you don't need anybody else's diets ever again because you know how to create your own, because you're going to get that educated on that part. So. Okay, nobody has any more questions or whatever?
Yeah, there's a couple of questions in the chat. So really
Oh.
quick, this is being recorded and we're gonna share the link for the recording here in a couple of minutes. Give me a couple minutes once we get off the call for it to upload, and I will share that so that you can share it with your friends if they want to hop on board too. They won't be able to be in the running for the scholarship, but they can still sign up for the program. And then Mary asked if we would be recording on a meal app. No, we won't.
What's a meal app?
I'm guessing like a fitness tracker. What is
No.
that? My Fitness
Oh.
Pal or something like that to track your calories and all of that. Nope.
That can I let me tell you something funny. I think it's funny. It always amazes me when I get people that complain about weighing out their food. I mean, you got to take it out of the package and eat it, so to speak. It's one more step, but man, they'll wear those freaking how many steps they got in and macro counters and calorie counters. I'm like, I need a Xanax just to think about people that do that. I mean, seriously, does that make you feel good walking around counting calories and macros and steps and all that? Fine if it is. I'm not knocking it. I'm trying to teach you a simple way of life to where you don't need all those gadgets. You have your portions. You start learning about yourself, which is where your energy should be, not on some tracker, about yourself. Put that energy in that, in your self-assessments, all that stuff, and let everything fall into place. And you have an amazing, peaceful life. But you know, that's just my opinion. It's where I would hope for you to have a little more simple life than some of the other stuff. Please do me a favor, since it got brought up. I would be so grateful if you believe what you've heard so far is going to be really beneficial to you. If you would share with a friend and have them come do this with you. I would love that. I would love it if you would share it, because, you know, love you to tell somebody, hey, come do this with me. I don't want you looking for an accountability partner, but it would be, because I'm going to teach you to be self-sustainable. But yeah, you passing this on to everyone you know, we would love that. We very much appreciate it. You don't owe me anything, but I appreciate if you did do it, if you want to, if you so feel inclined to help. So everything else answered in the chat. We good with everything? Hey, I want to tell you this. You see that question, Amanda?
Yeah, so we will go over all of that on our launch call on Saturday morning. And then you'll know Saturday after, or by the end of the call at 10, what supplements you need, and we will get with you and make that happen so we can get that either shipped to you first thing Monday morning or Saturday afternoon. We could probably make it to the post office. And then if you are local, we could have it ready for you to pick up at camp.
And basically, we're going to give you that discount, she's saying, so you don't miss it. So don't stress about getting in on the sale. We're going to give that to you. Everybody, we'll give that to you. What is it, 30% off? Yeah. So there you go. We're going to add a perk there. We're going to give you 30% off your supplements, even though the sale will be over with. So don't stress about that. So do we email in the form when it's completed?
You just scroll down and hit the submit button, and then it'll take you to the payment page, and then you'll put in that information and hit submit again, and then you are all done.
Everything is right there. Like she said, so you fill it out, payment, submit, and it goes right to it, and you're in. what do we need to give them if they want? How can we give everybody a link to help share? Make it easy on them.
The easiest way we're gonna be able to do this, since we don't have everybody's email address, I don't want to collect everybody's email address to try to get that. Go to, if you're not, well, you should be either on his email list or friends with Travis on Facebook. As soon as it's uploaded and we have a link for that, I'll have Travis send an email out. I'll post something on Facebook with the recording, and you guys can share it from there. Does that work?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Perfect. Okay.
We'll email it out, and that way you'll have it and you can pass it on and go from there. So, hey, I want to thank you so much for the participation. Okay. And I hope you got value just out of this talk. I hope it got you excited. I hope you feel like you're already aligning your values with your actions. And I hope that you will just trust me 100% for 56 days to just help you see what you've never seen before. And I'm thankful for that opportunity. I truly am. So you guys have an amazing night, and let's get excited about this coming Saturday, and we're going to start then. So talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.